Hello, this is Barry Swartz. We'll be starting with our 2-point perspective drawing. I'm going to show you how to start up your drawing and set your units correctly. So we're going to go here to Start, New, change your templates to our McFadder templates, ACAD. Now for this drawing, we are going to need to use architectural units. So we're going to type in our units. We're going to change that to architectural. You can zoom in, zoom out like normal. But this original sheet was set up for a very small scale drawing. So it's within inches. And we're going to be working with feet today. So I'm just going to draw a line right here with ortho on. About 4 feet. And that kind of gives you the scale of the size of the area that we're going to be working with. Now, you don't have to do this. You have your handout available to you. But I'm going to insert an image so that we can see what we're working with. Okay, so we are drawing this church today. Take this line out. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to draw this church out first to start off with. Now, notice the foot mark is now what we're working with here. So whenever you type in something, you have to make sure you're using the foot mark whenever you're typing in feet. And then a dash, and then any inch units if they are required. So from here, we'll start with a line. Start with the base. Our base is 41 feet. Our side is 21 feet. 21 feet. I'll close that off. 1 feet. From this point here, I'm going to go up to the middle, which is 20 feet 6 inches. So I type in 2 feet 6. And there you go. It has accepted it because I changed my units to architectural units. And I'm just going to connect my roof lines to the corners. Let's get this little extension added on. It is 11 feet longer. So I'm going to add that on. Now, it doesn't tell you how tall this wall is, but the roof line is going to be aligned with it. So I'm just going to draw a line going straight up and then extend my roof line. All right, from here, I need to go up 46 feet. Starting off the middle, up 6 feet. Draw the width. This is 17-foot square base. I'll take that midpoint and bring it to the top of the tower. And I'm going to bring those lines down to make the bottom base part of our steeple. This line out. Then from here, start a line from the middle of this and go up 7 feet. Draw the width, which is 11 feet. Perpendiculars. Line. I need the top part, the very pointy part of the steeple. And from there, in the middle, up 38 feet. Draw my diagonals from corner to top to corner. The thing I'm missing is the door. Note entrance doorway 11 feet by 14 feet, recessed 4 feet. So I'll start off with a larger measurement of 14. I'll do my base at 11. Feet. Close that off. Place that right in the middle. So the front view is done. Okay, now start with the top view. Start with just a line anywhere above here. The distance between the front and the top does not matter. Just using this for reference to start off with. There, and it is 59 feet deep. Also use projections to have to type everything out. From this intersection going back forward, 19 feet. This line. I can start projecting all my lines up. start with my offsets. So 6 feet to the steeple. Copy selection, bring it up. 6 feet. Also use my offset command. Next one is 17 feet. Use the trim, clean up some of this. I have my 17 squared now. Go ahead and find my center of where this box is, so I can evenly place. My 11 width. Right in the middle there. I'll use the offset command from that midpoint to the end, which is half, and go from here up and from here down. Get rid of my conversion lines. Oh, you know what? I'm going to need that. So, let's get rid of this. So I make it smaller because it's from the corners here. So if you look here at this, the very top, you have that X at the very top. Trim out our roof edge, peak of the roof. Let's do some more cleaning. These edges taken out. Now, in the final product, this line will not be here. But to make the transition for the 2-point perspective, we're going to leave this line in and pretend that this is an add-on to this, and we'll put it together throughout the process of the drawing. Now, the only thing we don't have yet is our door, and our entranceway, has a recess of 4 feet. Excuse me. Offset 4 feet. Let's project that door up. And we'll trim. And this will be changed. Hidden lines. All right, now we're ready to start laying this all out. The information that is here for the picture plane line, which is labeled PP, and this station point, which is labeled SP, is right here. We'll go ahead and use that information for the rest of the drawing. I'm going to start off with an nano layer to start setting up our work area. So the length of that line doesn't matter. It's going to be our base. I'm going to come up from here, up any random distance, doesn't matter, wherever you feel comfortable working with. And we'll move this, or copy, bring this right up here. Then we'll rotate this to be in line with our picture plane line. Then if we look at our information here, it says it's 30 degrees from the picture plane line. So I'm going to rotate that. 30. So now I'm on the angle that I need to be at. The station point is going to be aligned with the very center of the door. So from the door, we're going to bring that down to the picture plane line. And from the picture plane line, we're going to go 120 feet. All right, place a circle there. So we know that is our station point. Now, if you feel that this is a little close, all you have to do is just take this information that's up here and move it up. You don't want that station point running into your drawing, so you gotta keep it out of your work area. It doesn't really affect your drawing, it just makes it harder for you to work. So the next thing we need is our horizon line. So 5 feet 6 inches from our base, our ground line. 5 feet 6. Oops. So now we have our horizon line. Now we need to find out where our 2 vanishing points are. In order to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take the edges of the church, I'm going to copy it, and bring it down to the station point. From there, we're going to extend back up to the picture plane line, and then bring that down to intersect with our horizon. Copy that circle over to here and over to here. Okay, so we now have our two vanishing points. If you remember in the last assignment where we had 1 point perspective, we discussed about these are the vanishing points where the object disappears. So now that we have two, we're going to be going in two different directions, one to the right and one to the left. The only true line for this drawing is going to be that base corner right here. So when I bring that down, and then I'm going to project that same point across, change this object, this one line is the only true height in this drawing. Everything else will be foreshortened. So with this information, what's going to happen is we're going to vanish to the left. And we're going to vanish to the right. Okay, I'm going to take these out, get rid of these, don't need them anymore. Okay, and if that wall was infinite, that's what that would look like. And if that wall there was infinite, that's how far it would be. But we can go ahead and get more information from our top view. Change our layer. Let's make a new layer. Layer property manager. Go to new. And we'll leave it at layer 1. This will be for the base of the building, the main square base, or rectangular. Give it a nice color. Something off the color wheel here. Be easy. We'll close that for now. So it's layer 1. And now, because this is all not touching the picture plane line, the information that we bring for this rectangle is going to come to the station point. Remember how we were ignoring this rectangle here? We're just going to imagine that corner exists right there in the back. And we'll bring down that line. Then we'll bring down that line. Now I can switch our layer to object. We can see where they intersect. That's the size of our building. All right, let's go ahead and do the roof. So we'll switch back to layer 1. Grab that line right there. Now, because this is in line with the station point, it's going to be round point. back to the station point. Now, one thing that we can't do is just bring this information straight across to intersect with these lines, because they don't touch the picture plane line. The information here is unusable. But to work around that, what we're going to do is we're going to extend this line here to the picture plane line, and we could use that as a reference. This reference is as if it was at the true height of the drawing. What that does for us is that we can take the measurement from there, from the very front, bring it to that true line that we created, and from there, it has to vanish in the direction that it came from. So if I extended it to the left, when it vanishes, it has to vanish to the right. Where it intersects are two lines that we brought down, this guy here and this one here. Those intersection points with this line is going to be the peak of our roof. So now I can change to my, let me hit escape first so I don't change those. Object layer. Start in the corner, the left-hand corner here. Go up to the peak and then come back down. And I'm going to go from this back corner and go back to the peak and then close that off. And you can now see how the base of our structure is now finished. All right, check all your intersections, make sure they're all nice and neat. So we don't want to have any mistakes at this point. Just moving this a little bit can cause major problems later on in the drawing. All right, everything is taken care of the way we need to take care of. I can now take our layer 1 and turn it off. All right, I'm going to delete our vanishing lines, or what I could do is select them and put them on layer 1. They remove to the layer that's off. That's good. And if we do decide later on we need to check that, we can turn on our layer 1 and take a look at it and see where all the different projections are going. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that back off. And let's start with the little extension right here, get that taken care of. So on this piece of information here, none of it is touching the picture plane line. Let's create a layer for it. Start with layer 0, go to new. It automatically makes it layer 2. Pick a color. Let's use yellow this time. All right, close that out. Change our layer to layer 2. And we will project to the station point. Back up. And then to the station point. We won't necessarily see this corner. Matter of fact, we already kind of have that edge and that corner already done for us, so we don't have to worry about it anymore. But we will need to find this edge here, and this edge here. So now we have lines that are intersecting with the picture plane line. We can now bring them down. And now we need the heights. In order to get the heights, we're going to do the same thing we did over here at the front. And we have to make a imaginary true edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the extend command, selecting our picture plane line, and bringing one of those lines up to the front. And with that piece of information, I can then cast that down. And then take the information. So working on this edge right here, take the height of that, bring it across to the very first line. From there, it's going to have to vanish in the opposite direction of which it came. And in this case, we're also going to want the base of this. So let's go ahead and repeat a line from that line there and vanish in that direction. We already know where the ground line is, so we'll just go ahead and use the ground line. You have to project it because it's already projected. So now we have our two vanishing lines. They are going to intersect only with this edge here. This line that we have in the back will intersect on the white surface we already have. So we don't have to worry about that one for now. So the two that we're concerned ourselves with is this one right here, coming from this front right-hand side, and this front right-hand side. So these two lines where they intersect, here, 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 and there. So I'm going to hit escape, change my layer to object, and connect the dots. Okay, that's that front right-hand side. And then all I need to do now is connect it with that line that's up here, the very top of that wall, because it connects right here, doing the roof. And the same is going to happen in the back, coming from this corner all the way up to here. So let's add that in. And the bottom, this line here is going to intersect with this, but just to check and make sure that we're doing this correctly, let's go ahead and vanish it. Any line that are going in that direction that is not on an angle should be intersecting with that, and right on the money. So we go ahead and trim that out. And draw our last line for this little extension. And we could trim out the back edge that does not really exist. So trim that out. Delete that line. Trim that out. All right. Turn off our yellow layer. Really can see our structure coming to life here. Let's go ahead and work on the door. Let's do a new layer. Start off layer 0, new, and now maybe it's labeled number 3. Pick a color for it. Green would be good for us. Change your layer to layer 3, and then project. So we're going to bring these hidden lines to our station point. And then project them all down. Copy all these. So this one and that one is going to be the front of our door. Those other two are the back. And since this is an entryway, we're going to have a recess where it goes back up into having an overhang for the person coming in. So in order to establish our height, we're going to have to make some more true edges. Let's extend. And bring them down. So I'm going to do the right-hand side first. We can project our height across and then vanish. So this one and this one is on the right-hand side. This is the front. From there, we're going to vanish to the left. So you have the intersection. And then this is the back portion. I'm going to vanish. Now let's go ahead and bring over our left-hand side to the vanishing point. Do the ground for a good measure. That's the left-hand side. Did not bring anything over to the right. Let's go ahead and do that now. Left-hand side, right-hand side. Let's go ahead and make our opening now that we have all our intersecting lines. It might be a little confusing, but we just want to remember that this and this is the very front. And this is our back portion of the door, or entryway. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight that by making object layers. And I'm going to bring this across our vanished line. Bring it down. And bring this down. Now I have the very front of that entryway taken care of. Now I'm going to do the back portion. Some of it I can see. For example, the top left side, I can see the top in air left side, and the back corner of the left-hand side, and the edge right here Now from here, use the lines that I vanished. Instead of drawing it from this corner and going to that point, save myself some trimming, I'm going to just go from that to where it intersects. For example, I didn't do that here. So now I'd have to bring this all the way across to connect to that intersection. And then I have to go ahead and trim. Trim out this bottom portion here. To open that up. Let's turn off our green layer. And now we can see our entranceway coming in. All right. This line here is not required for drawing. It's a flat face. So I'm going to take my lines out here as well. But I wanted to see that edge. Also, we can take out this line here now. And see this portion here is now reflective here. So now we have our last object is going to be the very steeple, the very top part. Let's go ahead and make a new layer for that. Layer 0, new, color. Let's go with blue. All right, so our layer 4 is now all set up. Let's exit that. Change our layer to layer 4. Then we can start drawing. So we'll start off with the big base and get the major 3. We will not need the back because we can't see it. So since I'm wasting time, straight down, copy. Now, we can't bring this across because it doesn't touch the picture plane line. So we're going to need some more true edges here. So to make this a little bit easier to read, I'm going to trim out the door and the roof. And now I'll use the extend command to bring this guy out as well. And to save ourselves a little bit of time for later, we'll go ahead and bring these guys out as well. Let's bring down our true edges for the bigger base. Now we can project the height across. And now that we have that height, we have to vanish it. Back. Do this side as well. Then we need where it intersects with the slope of the roof. Now on this side we won't see it it'll be behind the roof. So I'm not going to project that one, but I will project this corner here because I need it to know where the right-hand side intersects from top to bottom. Let's go ahead and draw that out now. Change to our object layer. Let's take this. We know it intersects here, but we're going to bring it all the way across to our vanishing point and confirm. Yes, it does intersect. So we know we've done it right. And then this line right here, let's bring it right to the intersection of that roof. Now the only thing we're missing here is the midpoint. Change to our layer 4. Bring that intersection there down to our station point. Remember, don't hurt the zoom in. Make sure you zoom in, you find out where that point is. You don't want to hit the wrong intersection. Bring that straight down. And then where that intersects with the ridge of the roof, that's where that connects. So let's go ahead and change that to object. And now we could trim out the very top of the roof from between this. Now we'll turn off that layer. Now for the last part, let's finish this off with a new layer. Layer 5. Skip over to magenta. I always find blue to be a little too dark to be working with. Matter of opinion, but change to our layer 5. And then we can project. All you need is 3 again. Now we need the true heights. So our projected lines, use those. top across, hit the second one, and send it back. We need the same for this one. Now we see the top from the right-hand side. Let's vanish. And you can see that cube just come right to life. Let's go ahead and change this to object. Now all we need left is the very top. Let's do that. Let's do it in layer 5. Bring this straight across. Remember, we need that true edge. It's in line with our roof, so I'm just going to use the extend command again for that. Bring it down. And where I intersect with that, that's the vanish. Then I need to bring it down from here. So I grab the middle, that very top point of that steeple. It on our station point. Follow where it intersects. Right there. Change the layer to object layer. And connect the dots. We can now turn off layer 5. And there's the church in 2-point perspective. Now we need to create the deliverable. East side sheet landscape. To the viewport. Zoom into that so it looks pretty decently centered. And set up our scale. And for architectural scales, let's try out our 1/2 inch equals a foot. Way too small. So let's try out our 1/4 inch. And we'll change it to 1/8. Almost there. Let's go to a 1/16. And there we go. Now you can see that correctly. You would then address and make sure your scale is notated for the drawing. Line it up nice and neat. change these two lines here to object, and then trim out the horizon. Oops. I would change the scale, wouldn't I? 1/8. Not an eighth. 16th. Oh, it's 16th. Click away from the viewport. Then you put your information in, and you're ready to create your PDF. Always remember, don't forget to save your drawings. Print. Drawing the PDF. Monochrome. A size sheet. Preview. Lovely. And you can plot. And then save that along with your drawing. And there's your PDF.